All right, I thought it would be fun to do a diorama card with this bundle, Perched in a Tree. The bundle consists of this stamp set and the dies, and I thought the trees would make a really cool background to do a diorama with. So I'm going to show you how I put this together and the measurements. It also folds flat for mailing, which I always love. And I'm going to start with the 3 pieces that you'll need and then the decorations. So you will need 2 11 by 4 1/4 pieces of cardstock. Both will be scored 2 inches from the end, from both ends, 2 inches. And I did Pool Party for my background and Mint Macaron for my foreground. You will also need a piece of 9 by 4 1/4, and it will be scored at 1 inch from each end. As you can see, I've already cut the layering diorama out of the front piece and the middle piece. I'm actually going to switch it this way so that it's more dynamic and fun. And I'm going to start by stamping on this piece. I'm going to do the splatter stamp, and then I'm going to add some trees to this piece and some trees to the back piece. So I'm going to start with the Mint Macaron, and I'm just going to stamp the splatter all the way around the card. I'm just going to put this aside, and I'm going to start working on the trees here. So I've used the die to cut out 2 trees out of 4 and 5 1/4 pieces. They're going to be a little bit taller than what we need, but we will trim them. So I'm going to add the first piece right about here, and let's see. So I'm gonna do the top of the trees. I like the way the branches branch out on the top of the trees. And I'm gonna trim this off right here and end it right there. So this piece will go right about there. So I'm gonna flip it over on the back just to kind of see where my spacing is. And then once I figure out where I want it, I'm just gonna trim the bottom off. And this time I'm gonna add dimensionals. So I'm gonna do it in kind of a strange way. I'm gonna add them like this. But I think it'll be fun to give it even more dimension. Or you can just use liquid glue and glue it down. You don't have to be as crazy as I am. Okay, so there's one side. I like it, very nice. And then for the other side, I think I'm gonna pick out a couple of branches that I want. So something like that. So I think this time I'll go this way. So just gonna cut off all of the excess. You could use that for like another card or something. I'm gonna do my little dimensional thing again. Might have to put some baby powder or something on the back of these, or some cornstarch or something to make it so that they're not sticky. Okay, so pretty cool. There's our first layer, and we can add some mossy meadow leaves. So I just kind of added some over like this, but this time we could even, you know, tuck it up in there since I allowed for some space in there. So I'm just gonna glue where I can, and we'll see what it looks like on the back. I might have to remove some of the glue. So let's just tuck some of this under there. Cool. Okay. And I'll just put a block on that, and that we will put off to the side. And now I'm gonna do a fun little thing with the back here. I'm gonna add a little shadow. So I've cut another tree out of the dies, and I think I want it to be like that. And then I'm going to use a blending brush and some Pool Party ink. And I'm just gonna slowly, I'm gonna rub off here, add a tree shadow to the back of the card. Oops. I didn't want to add any over there, but that's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, just pretty lightly. Okay, so there's one side. So there's just like this faint shadow. Cool. And then if you wanted to, you could flip it over and you could do the other side. Okay, so we've got another faint little shadow there. Kind of fill in around it a little bit, and you've got this little shadow of trees back there. So I think it's kind of fun. Now we're gonna add some soft suede trees that I have also embossed with the timber embossing folder. And I'm gonna again do some trimming. So I'm gonna butt this right up to the edge there. And I think what I did is I went ahead and did the top like this. So again, I'm gonna add a ton of dimensionals. And I did trim this off like I did in the other one. So ahead and add a big one there. And I'm gonna here, and then you can kind of see the shadows of the trees back there. So cool. And then this one, I'm going to flip over and adhere the opposite side. Okay, so we've got our back. So I'm just gonna fold these over. These are gonna be our sides. And we have our middle piece. So I'm just gonna fold this over for the middle, and I'm going to attach it inside like this. So the video stopped recording in the middle of my video, so I apologize, but I kept creating the card without knowing the video had stopped. So I'm gonna try and still take you through the card just by having the card here. So I adhered down the middle piece to the back piece here. And then I adhered this front piece overlapping the two side pieces. Then I stamped the limb and stamped the bird, cut those out, and then I colored the bird with mint macaron, soft suede, and crumb cake. I added a couple of gold distressed leaves and some mossy meadow leaves on two of the layers. And I think if you wanted to, you could stamp a sentiment and add it here, or even add it to the second layer. Might be cool. But I'm just going to leave it off for now. So as I said, this folds flat for mailing, which is super nice. And I'm offering it as part of my free card class. You'll get supplies for this card, 2 of this card, as well as 2 of these watercolor card and this silver foil card. Just purchase the bundle or place a $50 order using my current host code and email me and let me know that you would like this kit, and I would love to send it out to you.